Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Liliveth Tate channel. Hello. So let's spread the virus of good vibes. So I'm here early in the morning, so nobody's here in the poll. Hi, Vic. So look, see, perfect. Because during this Black Saturday and Easter Sunday, there's a lot of people here swimming. So yeah, wait, hold on. So let me wet myself here. Ay, I like early in the morning go here. Oh my god, my floaters. I mean here. Wow. Hi everyone. At first it's kind of cold, but when you soak your body, it's not. Who's this? Hello, Raphael. Hi Raphael. Hello. Greetings from Oh, buenos dias, señor. Kuya, may swimming lesson ba dito mamaya? Wala. May magsi-swimming lesson dito mamaya? Lesson. Four. Mamaya. Don't forget guys to give me a thumbs up. Who's this? Caroline Garcia. Hello. So, buenos dias, mi amigo, mi amiga. Now we're two here. Actually, guys, the reason why I love to go to, I love to do this early in the morning because not only good for your body, but it's also help if you have a problem on your legs, legs therapy. So just keep watching, guys. I will talk to you later. Kuya, all in one ka pala ha. Tagalinis ka rin ng ano, akala ko swimming pool ka lang. Ah, sa Polang area. Walking. So if I gonna come here by like 12 noon, 1 p.m. onwards, there's a lot of people here and a lot of kids. So that's the kiddie pool. So nobody's there. Come here. So during the time that uh, Black Saturday, actually that's the Filipino or Catholic tradition that every family they went out, go excursion and do a swimming. So last Saturday was so crowded here. And I'm not really into that if there's a lot of people here, so I avoid, because sometimes you know skin disease. Skin disease. Skin disease. Look at the trees, so nice. So, the flower, that's Lomeria. We call that in Tagalog Kalachuchi. In here. Nice view. Over there. So this is the thing that I like, when you do live on, go straight on YouTube, because you can reverse your camera. But if you go to StreamYard, you can. I'm gonna walk to the left. Who's this? What? Mood? Mood. Mood. Mood 9180. Where are you from? How is the signal? I'm not really sure about the signal. Good morning, host Barcelona. Time 2:41 early morning. Wow. Hello from people in Barcelona. Buenos dias. So it's what time it's here is 8:40 8:40 p.m. So 4 hours 4 hours we advance here. I hope I will not drop my So after the Holy Week, everybody is busy. Let me know, guys, if my signal is okay. So the clubhouse here is still closed. So it's gonna be open around 10:30 or 11 lunchtime. I have two shook. Let me drink water first. I feel thirsty. There I have two Shokoi companion here, and I'm only one Serena. The other one is gone. Hello, 3 million people. How are you guys? So the other shukoi is already finished. The Aquaman shukoi. You know what shukoi is? Shukoi is Aquaman. So I'm the mermaid. Sirena. Shukoi. Shukoi. I want to stay here a little more. I enjoyed water. So mega love shout out to all my members, always there, you know. And for those not yet part of my membership, feel free to click the join button. And for those not yet subscribe my channel, please subscribe my channel. Okay. And then for those unsubscribe, all you have to do just go back. Oops. Is my signal is okay? Let me go around. So just let me know guys if my signal is bad. Okay. Let me stay here near to the Wi-Fi thing. So for those unsubscribe me, all you have to do just go back to my channel and subscribe, and then oops, subscribe again. But if you don't, it's okay, no problem. Our swimming pool here is not too deep. Okay, just from uh, on that side. Okay, in that side, just 3 feet. Here in the middle is 5, and then in the other side is 4. So not too deep. Not too deep. Because here, just here, in my neck. And of course, I'm excited to come here because I'm wearing my new swimwear. So this is one piece. One piece. Okay. So I have to drink the water. Hello, milk for million people. Don't forget to give me thumbs up. Okay. So the shukoi is there. Okay. Drink water. Drink water. Yeah. Oh my god. When you stay in the water, you, your body it's kind of heavy. Just one shokoi left. I don't feel cold when I was in the water, but now I feel it's cold. I have to go back to the up, stay here. Dito muna. I'm gonna stay. So I'm gonna stay here for a while, guys. 2 weeks ago, I was asking about the swimming coach. Swimming, what do you call that? Swimming coach. So I asked for a kid, and then they said usually 10 session. 10 session. They already, after the 10 session, they can swim by themselves, like 4 years old, 5 years old, and then 1,000 pesos per session. So how much is that in dollar? Like $20. So today I would like also just let me know, guys. Give I Who are you? Me? I'm mermaid. 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 You know what, Bruce? You know the contest. I really want to join, but it's just like I'm too old for that kind of contest. Hello. Yes, I'm mermaid. Well, I have to do this early in the morning because later, later like 12 or 11 o'clock in the morning, 12 until 1 onwards. There's a lot of people. My goodness. I don't like. Uh, yeah, I know. But sometimes, you know, uh, too much, people, it's more, it, it's more about community vibe and content. Yeah, but sometimes, I realize that if we people too much exposed of the social media, it's not really healthy. Anyway, yeah, makes sense what you said. Full grown, it takes a step. It takes putting a foot out there to involve to grow. Yeah, I know. Yeah, people are crazy right now about the social media, especially if something like I don't know. It's just like I'm used to that, but I try not to use 100% most of my time in social media. Yeah, it's all about mental process. So I try not to more onto that. And sometimes oh, hello, babe. Oh my goodness. Hello, Miguel. Sometimes it's okay to deal with those, well, I'm not looking for, a gentleman, a bit, a bit, not too harsh or people. Sometimes you absorb that kind of environment or energy towards other people. And you know what, Bruce? Okay, I find that all of my process and real world stops the moment login what. Yeah, I thought before you uh, step down for a while. It's this is one thing that I have to be, you know, uh, like I really love to hang out those content creator in the main purpose, like you said, is more to get subs and views for that. Okay, that's good. That's good advocacy. Um, but sometimes we people lack of support with other content creator, and then especially if they know that it's a small content creator, they don't really support. So that sometimes you really want to step back and yes, I'm about to do about soul streaming, but you enjoy. But that's good strategy about the content that the challenge. Some contestants, they really effort, try to participate for that. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, similar. Wow. I'm so flattered that yeah, it's not well, you know, I realize that don't you realize that social media it's also um a toxic. The problem is nobody is successful outside social media. Yeah. Some it's just like um, just like kinda. And some people are on their time they're very famous, but in a few years, doing a social media, if you are not consistent about your context, you might lose some of your subscribers. And sometimes it's really you're really exhausted about doing things that something something new, but sometimes you're running out of that context. So when we loosely talk about support, sometimes I wonder how it helps at all. It would help all. My goodness, my eyes. Let me, because my eyes, I don't have my eyeglasses. It would help. Excuse me. These people were successful in life first, and then decided if they had time to spare for social media. You're you're exactly correct. If you have take vacation full off the map, and that it is also trap. Well, it's just like I'm not putting myself in social media 100%. Okay, just like because I don't know, it's just like you said, it's just like a drug. Okay, if you cannot control yourself, you're gonna be addicted for that. Just like kids, if they're really often, to use their gadget. They're not focusing other activities that to make their self productive. They prepare, to use their gadget, and they don't really want to hang out with their cousin, their aunties, or their uncles for that. It's kind of addictive. And sometimes, I'm just wondering, why people are like this, okay? When you do a context that make people that you want to share information, you want to give some a little thing that make their self educate, or to make their self improve, especially in our real in real life. They don't really want to go there and and watch. But look, this is kind of I'm not question those content creator that they do this. If you will shown to them that women, they're wearing sexy dress and do something, like uh, a flirty dance. Oh my god, unbelievable. They got millions of views. And what you gonna learn from that? Okay, if you have a children, is that the way that your children we're gonna learn on social media? So that's one thing that, oh my god, I'm so I feel sorry for that kind of thing. Instead that they can go to, there's a lot, what, there's a lot of good, there's a lot of good channel that you know some of us can learn, but they don't really go on that. That's the sad part. So see the dynamics in the world. The dynamic suggests the other thing in our life don't give us the same feeling that get from getting 1,000 views or super, you mean super sticker. Yeah. And that's kind of that's why I don't really expect things. I don't really expect much thing about social media, because you know what, mentally you're gonna drain, mentally you're gonna be what do you call that, uh, paranoid. Come on, fly. Leave me alone, fly. and and in this, if isn't hosting or getting super sticker, then there is no interest in doing anything else, as nothing will be bring the same sensation. Bruce, are you driving? I just yeah. Well, I understand that some people, they don't really mind what they're doing online, because it's all about this, okay, money. So that's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. It's all about money. And you know what? Here's the thing that I also like YouTube because I can communicate other people or people in other country, okay? And like you. So if I don't have social media like YouTube, I didn't know I can't talk to you, Bruce. So that's one thing that I'm very grateful to have a social media because I I got friend in other country like associate friend, and some of those are I met them in person, so that's kind of a nice feeling that I experience in YouTube. This is why it is so important to first be successful in life before engaging social media. Correct. Yeah, so that you can have some uh, experience that you're gonna share to, to inspire people. Why? Yeah, makes sense what you said, Bruce. Okay, who's this? Rose colored eyeglasses. It's easy to judge people's lives when we don't know them or what they are experiencing. We should never judge others by their clothing. We should presume only the best of others since we don't know. Well, it's just like, some, yes, but you are successful outside in social media. Mm, yeah, I, yes, some might need YouTube to survive financially. We can't know their situation, and again, we should never think the worst about people, but because of what our personal. Yeah. Well, it's just like, when it comes to, y- 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 if you really, it's just like it's given that, no matter what you're doing on social media, there's some people will gonna criticize that, okay? But you have to show the people you deserve that kind of content context that you're gonna do, especially if you are content creator. So you have the thing to, to defend your side. But sometimes people don't think that way. It's just like sometimes, yeah, it's all about money. We don't know their situation, why they doing that. But you have also to put this way that, you don't like some Filipina. I'm gonna address this. Some Filipina, I understand where they came from, but you don't have to show the world that you embarrass Filipina because me, I'm I'm Filipino. Okay, I'm the representative of Filipino women. If I don't, if I do some inappropriate things in social media, a lot of, a lot of uh, people will question my credibility. Why I'm doing that? Because um, they're gonna think that all Filipino are like that. So, is this one thing that I'm not saying some Western people meet Filipina, okay? They say they always, if the relationship, if it's not working, they accuse Filipina is a scammer, okay? Okay, I don't agree with that because if you're the one who gave money to her, it's not a scam. My goodness. So scam is just like you get something, you get money from the person without knowing her, or enforcedly. Okay, so it's just like, well, in short, so I don't want to moot for this kind of issue about people doing on social media. This is what I noticed, but I have nothing against about their context. It's just like I comment about that. So the bottom line is it's all about money. All right, it's all about money. Let me read some. uh, my goodness. Logan, I disagree and I submit we all go through the trials and tri- tribulations of life. Each of us experience our problems in no matter how bad they are. We cannot fool. Logan, I believe success just something that finally worked in a long line of failures. I believe some will waddle and are self-defeat and some are in just crying. Okay, from Rose. I think that we become a judgmental society. It is easy to criticize and others rather than focusing upon our own shortcomings. We shouldn't talk negatively about others, especially publicly. I walked out the house the day I turned 15, quit school and went to work. Anyone could be done that short of disability, which are in speaking about. If I think that what we are not judgmental, nobody has to carry their shame. It has made us weak in short in shame. Nobody is shamed for their failures. Oh yeah, absolutely. Because failure is not really, it's not failure. It's good to, when it comes to failure, guys, don't feel bad about the failure. In fact, feel good with your failure, because once you fail, you learn. You learn in yourself, you learn about life. Okay? I'm embarrassed when I fail. I am embarrassed present myself in poor fashion. When I walk down in the road, people judge me first on my appearance. You know what? This is the thing that I don't give a s for those people. They don't know they don't they don't know me. Okay? You cannot really judge the person how they look, how they dress. Okay? You can judge the person if you're living together, or if you know that person. And carry myself for the sea before meeting me. We better human being when we treat others the way that we want to be treated. Exactly, with the kindness and without judgment. If isn't our job to criticize other people. You just well, you cannot really, you can just keep it in yourself. If you criticize other people, just keep just keep it in yourself. Okay, just only yourself knows that, but don't tell other people, because that's another issue for that. So I just I I don't agree with that. You cannot criticize. Oh yeah, you can criticize people, just keep it in yourself. Okay, because if you're gonna share that to other people or to another person, you get in trouble for that. It is possible not to judge. It is impossible not to judge. That's like pretend pre you know pretending, I think, getting open bag of chips at the store in our thing. Impossible in application, just instantly hundred of scenarios. When you walk on up on the dog, it playful, you pass measurement or safety judgment. We were encounter a room on building that you have judged as such. It's just like things na do not, here's my thought, or here's my opinion. Do not judge the person if you are not successful in life. Okay? So if you are not worse than the person that you criticize, you better shut up. Okay? Because you're in trouble for that. Measure it without judgment. There is no right and wrong. Can I ask you for a little favor there? Who is this? How will you establish any parameters of anything without judgment? Yes, correct. Especially, me, to be honest with you guys, I saw something, people that, they're saying not right, they acting not right, but I don't share that to other people, because that's, you're gonna create trouble for yourself. All you have to do, just keep it in yourself. If you saw something that, this person talking to you, that you're not, just listen and don't say anything. Okay? If you cannot say good, then don't say it. Okay? As simple as that. But if you're gonna say something not good, that's gonna be another issue. Let me help you. Have you ever been to a wedding? Who's you're talking about, Bruce? Me? Did you wear a bikini at the wedding? Either of you? Jesus Christ. If you're gonna go to the wedding, it depends, it depends what the wedding thing. So if the bride and groom will tell all the guests, well, must wearing bikini, of course, I'm gonna wear bikini. So why should I go to the wedding if the groom and the bride will tell that all the guests will gonna wear bikini? So it's not good also if I gonna go there and then wearing a gown. So it depends what the people, what ay nako, bros, what are you talking about? Okay, so you have been to wedding and you did not attend it. Your bikini, why not? What? Let you have been to a wedding. What the heck is this? Oh my goodness. How come? Because here's the thing, Rose. Okay, let me explain. Let me explain why I say that. Because if you're gonna go to the wedding and everyone's wearing gown, wearing, wearing a suit, and you come there wearing bikini, so you disrespect the groom and the bride and the rest of the family. My goodness. No. So it's just like, so I have a question. I have a question for you, Bruce. Okay? Because we're talking about judgment or judgmental. Okay, you invite one of your female friend in your crib. Okay, question is, so you have fun, okay, talking, okay, and then all of a sudden, uh your friend, they go to the toilet, or the powder room, and when they come back, they are naked. Okay, literally naked. Are you gonna judge them, or just let them talking to you while they are naked? You don't want to judge them. What is your reaction for that? Okay, so did you get my? uh, I'm looking for my floaters. I am. Okay, let me read this. I am a man. If you come back from the restroom in your natural form, I will give a magic stick. I assume I would invite her over again and again. Woo! Bravo, bravo. That's funny question. So you will not judge. You will not judge her. You know what, guys? The price of gas here in the Philippines is so crazy. Sure, but it is our job to criticize, ridicule the person who came in the bikini, set up the bridal couple to address the person. We have control over our reaction. We can be better. She must she must want the, my goodness, boom boom, boom boom, which in some from is me assessing the situation and coming to the conclusion she wants me, I would judge the situation. Ay nako. Okay, I have a question for you, Bruce. Did you watch about, the Yellowstone series? So, oh my goodness, guys, last night I made, beef burrito, and then I do my refried beans, the pinto beans. I haven't, but I like Kevin Costner, powerful actor. Yeah, that's a nice, that's a nice series. Um, but you know what? First thing that I really like, her daughter on the Yellowstone, because of course, that series, John, that's Kevin Costner. John is he's a rancher, so he has a flirting relationship with the governor, and then some of the women that he helped. And I like the rule or the personality of his daughter Beth, because you know if if John brings some woman in his room and suddenly his daughter knows that there's a woman go around half naked, he's gonna be furious about that. So it's just like the thing that why I mentioned about that, the Yellowstone, because it's just like, if that's the case, that if you have, if you like, example, if you have brother, or if you have daughter, or if you have a sister, and then you didn't know that, suddenly you're in your, in your kitchen, it's suddenly there's a woman go around in you half naked. Are you gonna, because you don't know that person really well, it's just like uh your brother, or your sister, or your uh, um yeah, knows that. So are you gonna judge that person because she's going around your house that half naked? It's nice. Try it. I'm gonna swim for a while, guys. Here, I'll put it here because the sun is coming out. Oops, 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 oops. Oh, camera. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bruce, for tuning in. I really appreciate your comments. So, salamat. Okay, see you later, guys. Hi Ryan, hello. I'm extremely protective, even the females and my family. These are the women of the family should be protected at all times. Ooh, that's nice. The rule must be preserved. And yes, I was that brother. One rule, if she cries, you will too. On, on, the, on the other hand, it would expect the male of family to be alpha and dominant. It would be suspect some women around. Yeah. Okay, so the thing is, if you know that the woman or your sister you depend, she made a mistake, why, like example, why men why men uh let them cry? So are you gonna type of person, to depend your sister for that? So it's just like, here's the scenario, like her boyfriend, they went to the mall or the supermarket. She embarrassed her boyfriends, laugh on the face of, and then of course, the man, the boyfriend will depend himself. So are you gonna, and then your sister go to you, oh brother bros, my boyfriend say something to me and make her cry. Are you gonna go and let him cry as well? Hi Ryan, how are you? I'm here Ryan, so I just enjoy the poll because just by myself a while ago there's a two Aquaman. So now I'm the only one here. He doesn't have to stay with her. If she slaps him, he can leave. Okay, so you mean that the man will not put his hand to the woman, but if the woman, it's okay to put her hands on him? But me, okay, I don't know, this is my personality. Okay, this is my personality. If the man put his hand on me, I will put my hands on him. Well, we would have to determine that, as any individual would have to do nothing. Make her slapping him appropriately, but he can walk away. It was a slap. Yeah, but in my opinion for that, is usually it happens that in a relationship, me, no matter how I love that person, if that person put his hand on me, I'm gonna say goodbye to you, my trusted friend. That's all. I'm gonna I'm gonna yeah, it's just like uh, well, yeah, that's that's common. Yeah, that's very uh, normal reaction as a brother or a sister, no matter what. It's just like if you're gonna show whether she's on the right or side or wrong side, you know, blood thicker than water. So you're gonna feel that kind of sympathy to your brother or to your sister. Oh my God, I enjoy. I enjoy the poem. But that's my blood, and she will be protected regardless of. Yeah, I agree with that. Like I said, that no matter what, even though that you know to yourself that your brother or your sister doing wrong, it's just like like I said, that blood thicker than water. So you're gonna depend your family. But if that my goodbye to you, my trusted friend. But this is one thing that I really want to tell everyone. Okay, it's just like this is the thing that I'm the type of person that very my book is open to accept friends. Okay, it doesn't really matter where you're from, how old are you, as long as you want to be friend on me, just friend. Okay, nothing else. But once I treated you like my friends, real friends, and like once I treated you like my friends, of course you are close to like a family. So once I feel and I see something not right in you, I'm gonna turn my back out on you. So it's just like, I really want to have a friend like, the relationship between Sammy, Sammy, Sammy Davis Jr. and Frank Sinatra until, you know, until the end, they're still friends. I like that. I want that kind of friend. And that's called judgmental. What? Judgmental. Oh, Shasha. What do you mean judgmental? What do you mean judgmental? Ikaw talaga masyado kang judgmental. Judgmental. Of course, come on. Come on, Bruce. You don't need to stay in the friendship if you know that that person will not be a good example, or uh he's not good enough to be your friend. Why you gonna why you keep you why you have to keep that person, and you know to yourself that at the end of the day that person will turn his back on you. So from the early age, from the early sign, you have to start that, right? You know what? One day, that exactly my point. We all use judgment in all day. Every day, we use it with clothing, food, friends, work, random humans, dogs. We judge everything. My enter my entire point is we all judgmental. Correct. Correct. But yeah, that's why in every competition there's a judge. Okay? If you do a crime, there's a judge who gonna determine are you guilty or not guilty. Okay, but it's just like in like a while ago that I said that you cannot really judge like a person. uh you have to say that verbally towards the person, because if you're gonna say that, you're in trouble for that. Okay, and you have just to keep it in yourself, so that's safe. So yeah, I agree that every one of us, we're so judgmental, but there's a certain judgment that you have to keep that in yourself. If not, patay. Let me ask you, what? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Here comes the bikini. Oh my goodness. Why you cannot let go the bikini? Because I'm here in the swimming pool wearing my bikini. Okay, go ahead. What was that? Okay, if you had your first bikini and put it in a wrong, would you expect someone to tell you? No, I will not. I will not, because here's the thing. I will not. I will not embarrass myself to public, and I just shown that this is how it is. So it's just like you don't have to show to people that you made a mistake. Just say something that's the style. Okay, you don't have to say that. Okay, I wear the wrong bikini. That's showing the world that handle yourself, even though that you're wearing a wrong bikini. Handle yourself, that people will not notice that you're wearing a wrong bikini. Yeah, it's just like you know you go to the mall or you go to the supermarket. There's a lot of people go around back and forth, and you really want to fart, so you cannot go to the thing because you really want to the area, because it's crowded. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of people walking. So all you have to do, just walk normal and then just fart. Okay, nobody, if they smell something bad, they don't really look at you. Oh, you're the one who fart, because you shown to people that you are not. Because if you want to fart, if you're gonna tell, oh, I want to fart, everyone knows that you fart, even though that they smell something on that side, that far from your place. They will gonna accuse you, you're the one who fart. No, all you have to do, just walk normal, release, release, and then nobody knows if they smell something. Okay, you don't really they don't really know that you're the one who released that kind of gas. Okay. that's that's crazy logic. Not caring about just correct. So if you don't want to be judgment, don't show to them that they have the right to judge you. Okay. Okay, how did you know that it's me? How did you know that it's me? Ay nako, sometimes when you talk some kind of out of nowhere, it makes you laugh, but sometimes, oh, nonsense. But if you're gonna sit down and think for a while, oh, makes sense. If they judge me, I have their attention. Oh my god, today I really enjoyed the pool. But my floater is somewhere there. The wind blow over there, the corner. So now, okay, so some people, if you go to the mall, okay, don't stand on that one side if you're gonna release the gas, okay? Go around, okay, so that people will not, because if you're gonna stay on that one side, they're gonna judge you that you're the one who fart. All you have to do just walk around. But make sure that there's no sound. If there's a sound, oh my goodness, you're really patay. Yeah, yes. Ay, nako. But if you're gonna stand there, yeah, I'm gonna confront you. But if you're gonna go around, even though I smell that, I don't really care, because it's not you. Because I don't want to judge you, because you walk around. But if you're gonna stand that, I'm gonna judge you. You're the one. Oh my god, guys, I'm still full about my dinner last night. I made a big burrito, guys. So beef, and then there's a Spanish rice, and then refried beans, my side dish. So I did not eat breakfast today. So I'm gonna eat my leftover burrito. I don't know. Yes, right. If you are sitting down at a table eating, and I walk past and blow gas over you, you're saying you wouldn't care. Oh my goodness. It makes me laugh. Ay, nako. I have a question. I have a question. Who is who's the louder fart, male or female? Answer my question. Who who's the louder fart, male or female? I will, what? I will win that. Me, look at my finger, guys. What do you call this? You know, the here. But I like, I like to stay. You eat a lot of beans. You really claim it that you're gonna win. So maybe if I have friends, I'll gonna uh, organize swimming pool party. Men and women, or meet and greet swimming, because our swimming pool here, ma- it's kind of an Olympic size. I really want to stay in the water, but look my finger. I really want to be dark, because my skin is high yellow, so I want my skin become dark. So this is my, if I feel like, you know uh, I feel like bored, I just gonna stay here, and I enjoy the water. Is the water warm? Yeah. I really want to stay here long. Yeah, the water is warm. I'm just only one here. But see my finger? But I don't feel cold. But my finger, see? I forgot the shampoo. Okay, I'm gonna do another lap. I gotta use this. Are your legs strong enough for you to kick down and back? Okay, I'm through. My skin is burned. Okay guys, so I won't stay long, so bye everyone.